Hey buddy, it's Mike here. Today I'm super excited to talk about the No Man's Sky Worlds 2 update. This update is huge. This thing, the original Worlds update was already big, but this one adds so many great quality of life features and new content for us to explore. So I'll get right started to it because there is so much to cover. So I'm going to be quick here. I want to make sure I cover everything. So first they added this new class of star system, the purple star systems. And these star systems contain, different types of planets we might not have seen before, such as these gas giants. Gas giants usually have moons around them, and it's a whole new type of planet to explore. I've always wanted gas giants in the game. I wondered why they never had them to begin with, and now they're here, so that is huge. And also, not only that, they created these new planets with these very deep oceans. So instead of, you're seeing a water world with very shallow oceans, you can now dive really deep, and that just creates a new dimension to underwater exploration. Don't get me wrong, we did have water planets before with large oceans, but now they've created planets that are completely covered by water, and that's going to be fun to kind of build like a water base. So really looking forward to that. Another thing is they've also enhanced the type of wildlife you're going to see in the water. They added like different creatures such as seahorses, manta rays, hermit crabs, and prawns. You're going to encounter these giant squids that look super cool, and beyond that they just added brand new fish species. So you're going to go in these new water planets and you're going to see different types of colorful fishes, and I think that's really cool. And they just kind of increase the diversity of these different water biomes. So you're going to go to one water planet that's going to have different looks than maybe another water planet, and that is really cool. So you're not going to be seeing the same boring water textures and plants and creatures and stuff like that. Now, alongside these large ocean environments, you're going to encounter new hazards in these deep sea environments, and you're going to actually find exotic minerals. So there's that risk reward factor. So it's going to be a lot more fun exploring. And finally, one thing to touch about the water, they actually just improved how the water looks from the raindrops. So you can now see every individual raindrop when it rains, and that is just so cool in terms of just immersion and just quality of graphics. That is a huge thing they added. Also just how the waves look. I think before they did add waves in recently, but they looked very small and not very realistic. They've improved now the size of the waves. So you're going to get those large storms are going to bring in much larger waves, and they're going to look much more realistic. So this is a huge improvement. I'm going to really look forward to spending time with these water planets, and they even made it easier now to explore the deep sea. You can now create this floating nautilon platform, so you can create this anywhere on top of the water, and you can use this to kind of summon your submarine and do your deep sea exploration. So as you know, they recently added fishing, which I've been having a lot of fun with, but now they've actually added fishing missions. And not only that, they added fishing milestones, and by completing these milestones, you get these like tank themed helmets. They're kind of funny looking, to be honest. They just can replace your character's head, and you could have like a squid or something like that. So it's kind of, and another addition they added in terms of the fishing and dredging experience is they've added this deep water guardian. So if you're fishing a lot or dredging a lot, you're gonna piss off this mini boss called the deep water guardian. And if you defeat this guardian, you'll get this title called the Child of Aquarius title. So, and yeah, they've also added some quality of life improvements. So now you can organize your inventory with a single button press and automatically sort your items by name, type, value, or color. They've also added a narrative-driven mission that kind of deepens the lore and expands on the story of Atlas, Atlantis, and the autophage life forms. So it's cool that they added, expanded on the main quest, so you're going to have a lot of fun with that extra content there. And beyond just improving water and deep sea exploration, they've also improved how, jungles look. So they've increased like the vegetation and undergrowth of lush jungles. So every jungle is like unique and can feature different colors and, different dominant species of trees. So you're going to see a lot more variety in terms of the different jungles in the game. In terms of planet variety, they've also added these spore type planets. So you're going to see these new type of toxic planets with these large polyps. And they not only switch things up in terms of like jungles, they've actually improved the diversity of these frozen icy planets. So you're going to see different minerals and flora there. And yeah, they've also added new arid wasteland environments. So you're going to see new types of deserts on the various planets you explore. And they've also added new environmental hazards such as toxic spores, radioactive fallout, and a volcanic eruption. So you're going to get more variety in terms of terrain and the different challenges you're going to face. And not only did they add like the water planets and the gas giants, they've added relic worlds. So these are basically worlds covered in ancient civilization ruins. So it's going to be a great place to kind of farm minerals and find blueprints. Now, if you're looking for a more lonelier experience, they've actually added a new type of custom game mode. So now when you make a custom game, you can set the universe population to abandoned. This removes all alien life creatures, and this creates kind of a lonely, more challenging experience. So I might check this one out. I haven't tried it out yet, but it'd be interesting to see how this game would work with no NPCs or anything. And you can all look forward to the Titan expedition. So this expedition has an awesome reward, such as the Wraith's living starship, and you can also unlock a new staff called the Pillar of Titan. Now, another absolutely massive quality of life improvement is they've actually increased the amount of starships you can store. So if you find your capital ships getting a bit tight, don't worry, you can now store up to 18 additional starships. Another quality of life improvement here is they've just improved loading times in general, which is quite impressive. You think they're adding all these graphical overhauls, you think it would take longer to load, but I find these loading screens are much quicker now. The thing you're going to notice just right away is this game just looks better. They've improved the visuals, the shadows, the reflections, everything looks better. And one thing I have to note, I know I mentioned this earlier, but I just love the reflections on the water, and it just creates so much more atmosphere. Those looking for that rustic, ancient look in your base, they have you covered. They've added constructible ruins. So, they added like different slabs, statues, arches, and totems. And so you can add, a little bit of ancient architecture in your base. For you pyromaniacs out there, they added actual flamethrowers to exocrafts. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Of planet variety, they went even further. So yeah, they added gas giants and stuff like that, but they've also added Titanic planets. So these are extremely large terrestrial planets, and that's going to be really cool to see. But you're only going to be able to find them in the purple class star systems. They've also kind of added this new visual effect when you're, entering the atmosphere of a planet. It looks more realistic, and you got like that flame from entering the atmosphere. So that's a nice little improvement there. And that pretty much covers the most meaningful improvements in the No Man's Sky Worlds 2 update. I have to say, I'm very impressed by Hello Games and the amount of love and care they put into No Man's Sky. This is more than just a... So I will say this again. If you haven't played No Man's Sky in maybe like a year or so, or even better, maybe 3-4 years, you go back into it now, and it's just a whole new, improved, enhanced experience. And anyone who's like a space sandbox, kind of a space nerd like myself, you're gonna have an awesome time. So I'm highly recommending you get back into No Man's Sky. I'm loving this new No Man's Sky Worlds 2 update. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. If you like this video, please consider checking out my channel and subscribing. It really helps a lot. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.